Hey YouTube, this is Steve from Average Joe's Fantasy Football, and we've got some more mock draft videos for you guys to help you with your redraft season. Again, preseason is happening. We are almost in the middle of August, which means you are either drafting or getting ready to draft, and we want to make sure these videos are here to help you guys out with your lineups, getting you guys getting ready for who you should be drafting, and again, some insight of where players are falling or moving up in the draft. So again, this is the 111 spot. Full PPR, half PPR. If it is a super flex or tight end premium, of course, ask us in the comments down below and we'll be able to help you guys out with that. So let's jump right into this. All right, as you can see here, we are in the 11th spot of a 12-man draft. Typically, what you're going to see here in this draft is you're going to see a lot of the top-tier hero running back strategy going in this particular spot. And then, of course, Justin Jefferson almost being the 101 essentially across the board. If you guys haven't already, make sure you guys check out our other video we just dropped. This is how your first round should be. So again, make sure you guys check that out because that might help you with your first round to kind of set up your team. So let's get this draft started and see where these players are starting to fall to help you guys out. Now, this one, you got Christian McCaffrey in the 101. It's not a bad spot. I still think Justin Jefferson is the 101 and McCaffrey's the 102, but it's not going to affect your team too much if you did go the hero running back route and grab Christian McCaffrey. Now, looking at this team, you saw 3 running backs go. You got Eckler, Barkley. Again, a lot of the receivers starting to go. To see Travis Kelce at the 104 is kind of surprising. I probably would have seen him a little bit later, like the 9th or 10th spot. Now, in the 11th spot right here, the fact is I'm actually going to go the hero running back spot and grab Bijan Robinson here, because right now Bijan Robinson at the 111 is actually a steal in my mind, because he can finish in a top 5 aspect when it comes to running backs. I think he can be even better than Eckler, because I do worry a little bit about Eckler in this offense because I think Kellen Moore is going to change some things, but I don't hate it at all. Bijan Robinson at the 111 is great. You saw A.J. Brown and then Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry is a nice little pickup in the round 2 because I'm seeing him getting grabbed there a lot. Now, being that this is full PPR, some of you guys may disagree, but I'm going to go Nick Chubb here. I know he's not known for that, but he's still one of the better running backs in this league. I could have easily gone Amon-Ra, maybe Garrett Wilson, Jalen Waddle, and grab a nice, really a top 10 to 15 mark at the wide receiver, because again, this is full PPR. You want to grab as many points as you can, but I'm going to go to the hero running back strategy and go Nick Chubb there. Now I've got to fill this roster with some really, really good studs. I could grab a Jahmyr Gibbs, who I think is going to be phenomenal this Lions offense. I could go a nice quarterback like Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow. I'm actually going to grab Calvin Ridley. I like his upside, and I really like this Jacksonville offense. Again, a lot of mouths to feed, but I do expect him to really get probably anywhere from the 100 to 150 target range in this offense. Gibbs went, Lamar Jackson went, no surprise there. Lamar Jackson, I think, could be QB1 at the end of the season. He's not there quite yet. This injury concern is always going to be there bothering him, but I think he can be there with his rushing ability. So in the 4th round, I am not going to grab Deebo Samuel. I know a lot of people grab him here. I get it. I still think Brandon Ayuk is really the pure wide receiver, and Deebo really took a hit when Christian McCaffrey came into this offense. Not to say Deebo's not talented, he is, but I don't expect him to be there in the 4th round. If I grab him in the 5th or 6th, I'm okay with that, but for me, Deebo's a little too high there. So with that said, looking at the best possible players to help add some value to my team, I'm actually going to go Aaron Jones here. I know that sounds a little crazy, because you still had players like Joe Mixon up there, but I like Aaron Jones a lot. I could have grabbed Joe Burrow, who I do think can be a top 5 quarterback in fantasy. I can get, I think, a quarterback a little bit later and still have really good value, so I'm going to grab Aaron Jones there. Looking at the rest of this, Trevor Lawrence can be a nice little pickup here. Kyle Pitts, who I really like. Alexander Madison, I'm not sold on. I know a lot of people will grab him here, and it's not a horrible spot for him. Because realistically, if you look at this roster, he'd be my 4th running back who is a potential starter in this league right now. But for me, I'm going to grab another really good player in Chris Godwin, who I think is still going to get some targets. Now, if you guys saw anything in the first round of the preseason, Baker and Trask did not look good. But I still think Godwin's going to be successful in this offense. I still think he's going to get plenty of targets. I know being my 2nd wide receiver is not helpful because I do need to get some points from my wide receivers in a full PPR edition, but I still like my 3 running backs, who again, Aaron Jones is going to be a nice little flex to help kind of offset my non-top tier wide receivers. So with the swing around, you saw Kyle Pitts go there. Kyle Pitts is, I think, in a great position. I think he can actually do really well in this Falcon offense. I do worry still with Desmond Ridder. I think he still has a lot to show and prove, and they are going to run the ball a lot. And I get that. Here, I'm actually going to grab a nice little tight end spot here to kind of match the Kyle Pitts. I'm going Darren Waller. Looks really good in this offseason so far in training camp. Daniel Jones is absolute favorite target, and I'm hoping that obviously shows up in the regular season because I think Darren Waller has the ability. His health always has been a concern for him, but he's still one of the top tight ends in this league, and if he can get anywhere near what is showing up in preseason and training camp, I think that's a nice little pickup for my team. So on this, you can grab depth like Javonte Williams. I can go Christian Kirk and match Ridley. I'm not going to do that because I think it's a little too crazy. I'm actually going to go and grab Jordan Addison. I think he's got a lot of upside, a lot of potential. He had a nice little toe tap grab. I know a lot of people said that wasn't a catch, but I thought it was. In this really high-powered passing offense, so I really like that there. And on the swing route, I'm actually going to go Johan Dotson. I really like this player for Washington. He's got a nice little connection with Sam Howell. And again, having the fact that you're going to have Terry McLaurin on the opposite side who's going to get a lot of the attention. Dotson looked really good. He was a red zone threat like crazy. Looked really good in the first preseason. So I like grabbing Dotson here as my fourth wide receiver to kind of really fill out this team. So looking at the rest of my roster, I still obviously need a quarterback, I need a kicker, and then of course I got 4 more bench spots. With that said, I got to get something, right? The fact that I can get Zach Charbonnet, who I'm going to grab here at this particular spot as my 4th running back, I think is a good one. Kenneth Walker's dealing with his groin injury. He is expected to play when the season starts, but if anything does happen, or again, in this offense, Pete Carroll decides to go with the hot hand, Charbonnet could be that guy. He looks really aggressive. He looks like he's trying to play tough. He's really trying to show a lot. I really like grabbing Charbonnet there. Kirk Cousins was dropped here. I would have grabbed him in this particular spot, but again, he's gone. So realistically, I'm not going to go out and reach for a quarterback. I'm not going to Anthony Richardson, even though yes, there's obviously upside. I'm actually going to go Aaron Rodgers here and get a quarterback that has the potential to be really good in this new style offense for him. There are going to be some growing pains. I get it. So there is some concern there. You guys have to be worried a little bit about it, but the fact that I got Aaron Rodgers in a little bit later in the draft, I'm okay with that because I didn't use a lot of my draft capital where I could have, again, been really hurting if I grabbed him like in the 3rd or 4th round, which is crazy. So I got 4 more spots, 4 more spots, kicker, 3 bench. So for me, I'm going to grab the best possible talent. Looking at this, you got Rashad Bateman, has some potential. Tyler Algier, who could be a nice little handcuff if you have Bijan Robinson, or just to steal it from the guy who does have him. I could go Greg Dulcich if I want to get a backup tight end. I could possibly go backup quarterback. I'm not going to go in this particular spot. For me, I'm looking at what I could grab here. I'm actually going to go and grab Rashad Bateman because I think he has the potential to be a nice little piece to this Ravens offense. Obviously, I think Zay Flowers is more talented. You still have Odell there to compete with. Rashad Bateman obviously is going to be a nice little addition. I think there's going to be a lot of 3 wide receiver sets just to kind of spread that offense to allow, Dobbins, Gus Edwards, and of course Lamar to run the ball. So I like grabbing Bateman there. 2 more spots here in this particular one. You guys know I don't grab a kicker early, even though it's tempting to grab Justin Tucker, who is absolutely best kicker. I'm not going to go grab him right now. I'm going to get this kicker a lot later. So I'm going to fill and get a better option at whether it be a backup quarterback or a backup tight end. And in my spot, I'm actually going to grab a backup tight end. I'm going to go Sam Laporta. I think Sam Laporta, even though he's a rookie, does scare me a little bit because rookie tight ends don't always show up well. But again, in this offense, Goff's got to throw to somebody. Can't be always Amon-Ra. So Gibbs is going to be there, and then I think Laporta is going to be a nice little benefit from this offense too. So I like grabbing him there. You could also go, some backup handcuff running backs. In my case, I have Chubb, Bijan, which again, I could have grabbed Algier. You could, grab AJ Dillon in that spot to grab, against Aaron Jones. For me, I like my depth and running back, so I'm not going to go grab that right there. The last spot is grabbing my last little bench spot, and then, of course, kicker. I'm actually going to go grab Derek Carr as my backup quarterback because I think he still has some really a lot to show this season in the Saints offense, who has some really good wide receivers. Obviously, no one as talented as Devontae Adams, but Michael Thomas looks still pretty good. Obviously, pending health. Olave, right? Juwan Johnson. Kamara when he comes back. So I still like this offense for Derek Carr, and he's got a lot to prove because obviously that happened. Now my last spot's going to be kicker. I like this spot with Jason Myers. Jason Myers in a pretty good offense. Again, they're going to put up points. They're going to get down the field to allow field goals to happen. So again, Myers, I'll take you right there. So that is the mock draft for the 111 spot. If you guys do have questions for your draft, hit us up in the comments down below. If you were in the 11th spot, if you guys thought this draft looked pretty good, maybe you guys had other comments, maybe I should have gone a little bit more wide receiver heavy, which I totally get in a PPR edition. Again, let me know in the comments if you guys have other questions, or maybe there's trade questions, rankings, things like that. Check out our other videos. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. We're absolutely growing and growing, and thank you guys so much who have. We're getting closer to that 1,000 subscriber mark, so thank you guys so much. If you guys also enjoyed the content, make sure you guys hit the like button. Again, don't forget, check out our other mock draft videos, check out our ranking videos, and I'll check you guys out next time.